Hello, dear friends. What if, at 72 years old, after losing the love of your life, you could still find a second chance at a deep and beautiful marriage? What if love didn't give up on you, even when you thought it was too late? Today I want to share a truly heartwarming true story about a man who believed his love story had ended, until a gentle woman showed him that sometimes life still has one more beautiful chapter to write. His name is Harold. When he was 72, Harold lost his beloved wife of 46 years. Her name was Clara. They had built a life together filled with laughter, children, grandchildren, and quiet evenings on the porch. After Clara passed, Harold was completely lost. The house felt too big. The mornings were the hardest. He would make breakfast for two out of habit, then sit alone at the table staring at her empty chair. For almost 3 years, he barely left the house. He told his children, "I had my great love. I don't need another one." Then one spring morning, his daughter gently insisted he join her at the local senior center for a simple coffee morning. Harold didn't want to go, but he went anyway, mostly to make his daughter happy. That's where he met Eleanor. She was 68, a widow herself who had lost her husband 5 years earlier. She had warm eyes, a soft voice, and a gentle smile that made people feel immediately at ease. They sat at the same table that morning. At first, they talked about nothing important: the weather, the coffee, the flowers outside the window. But something felt different. There was a quiet kindness between them. Over the next few weeks, they kept seeing each other at the senior center. Harold was very quiet and reserved. Eleanor was patient. She never pushed him to talk about his feelings. She simply sat with him, listened when he wanted to speak, and shared small stories from her own life. One afternoon, while sitting on a bench in the garden behind the center, Harold suddenly said, "I don't know how to do this anymore, Eleanor. I don't know how to be with someone again. I feel like I'm too old, too broken, and too set in my ways." Eleanor looked at him with such tenderness and replied softly, "Harold, I'm not looking for someone perfect. I'm just looking for someone kind. And you seem like a very kind man." That simple conversation was the beginning. Their relationship grew very slowly and gently, the way good things often grow in the later years of life. They started taking short walks together, then longer walks. They began having Sunday lunches at a small cafe near the park. Harold would bring her flowers from his garden. Eleanor would bake him apple pie because she remembered he once mentioned it was his favorite. They didn't rush anything. They talked about their late spouses with respect and love. They shared their fears, their loneliness, and their hopes for whatever time they had left. After almost 2 years of careful, patient dating, Harold got down on one knee in the same garden where they had their first real conversation and asked Eleanor to marry him. She said yes, with tears in her eyes. They got married in a small, beautiful ceremony with their children and grandchildren present. Harold was 74. Eleanor was 70. Their second marriage lasted 18 beautiful, gentle years. They didn't travel the world or do anything extravagant. Instead, they did the things that truly matter. They planted a garden together and watched it grow every season. They sat on the porch swing every evening holding hands. They read books to each other. They celebrated small things: the first tomato of the summer, the first snow of winter, the sound of grandchildren laughing in the yard. When one of them wasn't feeling well, the other was always there with a cup of tea and quiet company. Harold often said, "I thought my life was over when Clara passed." But Eleanor showed me that love can come again, not louder, not faster, but deeper and kinder. Eleanor would smile and add, "We didn't fall in love like young people. We walked into love, slowly, carefully, and with open hearts." And that made all the difference. They were married for 18 wonderful years until Harold passed peacefully at the age of 92. Eleanor says those 18 years were some of the most peaceful and loving years of her entire life. Dear friends, Harold and Eleanor's story teaches us something very important. Second marriages after 60 can be incredibly beautiful. They are often quieter, gentler, and more understanding than the love we knew when we were young. Because at this stage, we already know life is short, time is precious, and being kind to each other matters more than being right. We've learned patience. We've learned forgiveness. We've learned how to cherish the small, everyday moments. That's why second chances in love after 60 can feel so deep and so healing. If you're watching this and you've lost your spouse, or if you're afraid it's too late to find love again, please hear this from my heart. Your story is not finished. There may still be someone out there who will understand your grief, respect your past, and gently walk beside you into a new chapter. It might not look like the love you had before. It will probably be quieter and slower, but it can still be deeply beautiful. If you have your own story of a second marriage or finding love again after loss, I would be so grateful if you shared it in the comments below. Your experience might give someone else the courage and hope they need right now. Thank you for sitting here with me today and letting me share Harold and Eleanor's beautiful second chance story. If it warmed your heart, please give this video a gentle thumbs up. And if you're new here, welcome to Golden Hearts Horizons. This is a warm and safe place where we talk about real love, real loss, and the gentle possibility of new beginnings in our later years. Take very good care of your tender heart, dear friend. And always remember, it's never too late for a beautiful second chapter. I'll see you in the next story. God bless you.